Yo, does that thing still work? What's going on, guys? It's Nick from Noobkill coming at you with another Madden video today. Yo, it has been a minute, man. I know I haven't posted a Madden mobile video for over 3 months, guys, and I kind of like just disappeared from just content creation, really. Haven't been posting as much, and I really just wanted to take like kind of like the summer off, just enjoy myself, spend time with the fam and everything like that before we get back into the grind of Madden mobile and all that goodness. So we are right around the corner, like literally right around the corner for the new season, guys, and we got a lot to talk about. There's like a huge everything we need to know about Madden Mobile 26 and all that stuff that we'll be going over in this video. I'll try to sum it up and explain it as best I can. Of course, I will leave this, I guess, like PDF file, so if you guys want to go on and give it another read and just go over things that maybe I missed or maybe I explained it not in the best of ways, and you kind of have a little more questions, you guys can go over it again. And of course, if you guys have any questions that I can go and answer, drop them in the comment section below and I'll try to answer them as best as I can and everything like that. But yeah, man, I am super excited for the new season. Like I said, I got very, I guess, fatigued of the game in the last like 3 months of it, and that's the first time in any Madden mobile season that I just did not play till the end. But hey, man, we're here, we're ready to get the new season all along the way. We know our cover athlete is going to be Saquon Barkley. You got that nice little backwards hurdle, which was the cover art. Insane play. Of course, congratulations to Eagles once again winning last year's Super Bowl. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and jump into this. I do apologize if I start rambling somewhere, or you guys know how Noobkill video works, but let's go over some things. So some important dates. So we are now August 3rd, so like here, this kind of the final league siege season that already ended, and then of course today the promos, the final promo and the final field pass did end, and they actually did push back. So the original date, I believe, was August 4th at 10:30 a.m. that the server was just going to shut down and we would have to wait until the new season comes out, but they actually pushed that back, so now the servers don't go offline until August 5th at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. So of course, guys, if you are not in the Eastern time zone, you can always just go to your buddy Google and type in like, hey, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time to whatever time zone, like Pacific, so that'd be 7:30 a.m. Pacific time. But yeah, man, whatever time zone. Now the biggest date we really care about, we don't care about when servers shut down or anything, because honestly I haven't played in the last 3 months, but the biggest one is, of course, this is tentative because you guys know we always get Madden Mobile a little early, but the aim date right now is August 7th, guys. So that is very exciting. That looks to be on a Thursday. Of course, keep your eyes peeled, refreshing the App Store, Google Play Store on maybe the Wednesday for us to go and see, man. We'll see how it all goes. They said even though that they pushed back the date of the offline, the online time of the launch of the new season will still be August 7th, right? It could be a little earlier. Now, here's what is carrying over to Madden Mobile 26. Of course, if you guys are a returning user, you already know the whole spiel. Madden Mobile, Madden Cash, of course, is making its way on over, and this is kind of the thing that I've been doing the last 3 months. I haven't really played the game or made videos on the game, but I have been logging in to the web store and just logging in just to collect that free Madden Cash, because I knew, hey man, that's the king currency, right? Madden Cash is the king currency, so that will make its way over. Of course, if you guys did play the tail end of the season, you do got those play it forward tokens that would give you guys a little head start going to the next season. There also is a Saquon Barkley badge, so this is kind of cool. Obviously, he's the cover athlete, which is a badge that you will redeem in Madden Mobile 26 that will allow you to use the badge alongside the Madden Mobile 26 Saquon Barkley card that will allow you to upgrade that art of the card for an exclusive version. So again, this pass that we are getting in Madden Mobile 25, it is cool, but of course it just upgrades the like picture of the card. It doesn't change the stats or anything of like how the player looks on the field. It's just the on card, so it's a little like a little cosmetic right here, right? And now Madden Mobile 25 players are going to be moved over and transferred at a lower overall. I believe they did not put the overalls actually inside of this everything we need to know. That's something that could be important, but we don't have that. So of course, only Madden Mobile 25 players will be making it. If you somehow still have any Madden Mobile 24 cards, guys, just laying around on your bench, they're gonna be gone, bye-bye, never look like they ever existed, right? Unless you take a screenshot. But yeah, man, there is that. here are the trade rates now. So again, they didn't give us the overalls of like, hey, an iconic is going to be a 70 to 75 maybe, or yeah, maybe 70, 75. Marvel or Mythic is going to be an 80, or maybe, I don't even know how the overall is going to work. We don't have that, right? But here's what the trade is. So uncommons from Madden Mobile 25 is going to yield 200 coins. Wow, that's very generous. Rares, of course, 1,000 coins. Now this one is where the craziness of like these trades, I feel like, made it kind of a little sucks, man. It sucks a little bit, right? So epics are gonna be for a Madden Mobile 26 uncommon and 1,000 coins. An iconic is only gonna be a rare and 500 coins, 5,000 coins, sorry. And then the mythic and marvels. So these guys were like, you really have to grind for these guys, and you're only gonna get 3 Madden Mobile 26 rares. Now, I think that's probably gonna be a rare plus. Possibly you can get an iconic or an epic in that, but still, having that, marvels and mythics, I believe last couple seasons have been event stamina at a reduced rate, of course, but these are still very, very hard sought after cards that you dump a lot to try to get. And then 15,000 coins. The only thing that is going to give you event stamina is those Madden Mobile 25 heroes, and that's 1,000 stamina only. Which I guess, hey, that stayed relevant. Like bosses would give you 1,000, so I like that. But I feel like the marvels and mythics should give you a little bit more than just a rare, right? I guess you get 3 of them, but like still, man, that's crazy. Here's what will not carry over. So again, every single currency, basically, you guys can see right here, beside Madden Cash, does not convert. So if you have like 10 million coins, you're not going to be having 10 million coins into next season, right? Those will not bring over. No training points, no league tokens, no Madden trophies, and no play tokens as well. Current mastery bonus is no longer inside of Madden Mobile 26 for training players, so that's kind of cool. We'll get that into a second. Earned/purchased plays, so any plays that you purchased last season will not make it over to, of course, Madden Mobile 25. Here's the exception. So Madden 25 plays to tokens exchange rate. So the play that costs, so if you bought a play, I guess you will get some play tokens in 20 Madden Mobile 26, man, tongue twisters, MM26 and 25, and all that stuff. But yeah, if you did buy one, I'm guessing you will get some. You'll be able to trade those plays into play tokens. So yeah, if you saw a play that costs 2,500, you're gonna get 500 play tokens. So one thing I could tell you to do right now, since the servers are still up, guys, if you do have any play tokens, go ahead and spend them. Spend them right now on a play. Who cares if it's a play you're not gonna use? You can only use it for one day. It doesn't really matter, right? But at least you will go ahead and get 2,500 will turn into 500 play tokens. So at least it technically can help you out next season. And if you did buy a play that costs 5,000 Madden cash, such as wide receiver corner, I believe was one, halfback or fullback power blast, I think fullback blast, PA slot crossings, I think I mentioned that already. Those were like plays you had to spend 5,000 Madden cash for. Wide receiver corner, I think, was one of them as well. You will get 1,000 play tokens next season for that. Now, returning features. So this one is gonna ruffle some feathers, I guess, because everybody always asks, hey man, can we get an auction house? Can we get the auction house back in the game? And I am for loving the auction house being back in the game, right? It's just another route of getting and obtaining cards, right? So as it stands now, the economy updates that EA implemented in April are all staying for Madden Mobile 26. So of course, the 7-2 trade-in from uncommons to rare, like specifics and all that stuff. Now, like, I like that they added that back, gave us more value, but I felt like, personally for me, this economy that we have, the system we have in the game, is kind of what added to my like play fatigue, right? Because like it's kind of like the same thing of like, hey, I'm gonna play the event, trade all my uncommons to rares, trade all my rares into epics into a random iconic, and then rinse and repeat the next 2 weeks, right? And then of course, if you don't buy the field pass or you don't play one live event for 2 weeks, you fall behind, and then the catch up is immensely harder if you did not keep up. So it kind of sucks with like, there is the economy, and I wish like where the auction house would help, where like if someone took a break for a week or something, they could come back, sell off some cards, and then trying to get back into it, right? It's a little bit harder now. Of course, free-to-play players still play and do crazy things. I've seen some crazy free-to-play player teams, which is awesome to see, but I don't know. I would love to see an auction house back in the game, and all that stuff. Just makes like other cards more valuable. Now there is something new that we will get into that, of course, they try to make older cards have a little bit more value. So let's just keep rolling through it. So a lot of things to talk about. Of course, playbooks, there will be returning like last season, of course. So that's great. You guys can see some of the plays right here. So we got like 4 verts. You guys know about like favoring plays and everything. There is still going to be a playbook budget. As you guys can see, 40 out of 10 has been used so far right here. And then of course, if we go down, here are some of the other plays as well. So you guys can see we got some good ones as well that everybody uses and everything like that. So yeah, we'll keep it going. The plays are pretty self-explanatory. Starting playbook budget is 100, just like Madden Mobile 25, and you can raise this budget via leveling up. So pretty much the same things. We don't have to go too much in depth about it. I don't believe this was something that we had before, but this might be something new, and I do like it. So you can actually see the plays, right? So we can now see the stats of every single play, which I like this a lot. I think this is new. I might be wrong if it was implemented in the last 3 months of the game that I didn't see it, but this is kind of cool. So spacing switch is obviously a very cheese play, right? Slam it to that tight end that's on his crow route, right? And spacing switches, you can see, hey, I use this play this amount of times in average yard. So I can just go ahead and just show you 4 verts. So basically this player used 4 verts 15 times, and in those times they average 14 yards, which that is pretty good. 14 yards, but of course, does he get 14 yards every time he plays? No, obviously sometimes he's gonna rip out a 30-yarder, sometimes he's gonna get sacked, right? So there's that, but that just gives you an average and just sees how much the play count is and the averages. I really like that. I really like that. So that's really nice. Scrolling down, so now season team training guys did get a new revamp and update. So like we said, there is no like mastery bonus for getting everything maxed out no more, and there is something new here. So you guys can see the training, right? So we got my boy Fred right here, but we do have offense, defense, special teams. There is no master bar no more, and you cannot actually do everything individually. So if I just wanted to upgrade my QB to level 20 right off the rip, I could have did that before. No longer you can do that, right? You can only do this little toggle on the bottom. Now, one thing that we want to note right here, as of now, upgrading the lineup will cost 0 coins, guys. There isn't any catch to this. Coins do not seem to be required elsewhere in the game either, so you can use you should be free to associate any coins that you earn for store packs of your choosing, pro packs, all pro packs, etc. So I do like that little implement. Coins are pretty much just for getting players now, which is awesome. Now of course that does mean that we're gonna only be using the team training points, right? Pretty much. And you guys can see rank 1 is 250 at this given time, and all that stuff. Now let's go back to how ranking up. When it comes to ranking up your lineup, you are no longer able to train individual positions on your own. It's gonna be a more progressive system of ranking up that in a linear manner, guys. So you guys can see there is no longer able to take your own path, so you can't do that. So by training your quarterback first or your wide receiver first, etc., instead use 6 different sliders to upgrade the main track. So this is where it can get a little confusing. I apologize if I mess this up. You guys of course can pause it, take a little bit faster read, better read over everything. So of course, upgrading rank 1 boosts all position groups up by 1%. So level 1, every single position gets a 1% boost, right? Now, of course, also each side of the ball can be upgraded 50 times, guys. Now, of course, so rank 1, every position gets 1%. Now, boost rank number 2 is 1 position group. So that is going to be, let's say it's going to be quarterback. So now quarterbacks, when you rank up to level 2, quarterbacks are going to be at rank 2. Now rank 3, another position. So now halfbacks and tight ends, or fullbacks, sorry, are at 2% boost. And then so on and so forth, all the way until you get 20% on each group of players, right? So that's kind of how it is now. So now we can't just like, hey man, we don't really care about our offensive line as much as I'd rather have my wide receivers catching the ball and my quarterback to have a good throwing power, or vice versa. If I don't really run the ball, if I don't really pass the ball a lot, I'm just gonna upgrade my offensive line and my running back. This time now, no, it's gonna be a linear path. you kind of have to go with how the system wants you to upgrade your team. Now, here are the currencies of how to rank them up. Of course, this is on the defensive side. If you want to get them 24 level up, that's 24,000 training points. So kind of different. Now, of course, there are still going to be season team training players. So if you guys remember last season, like CD Lamb, I believe was like the first one. There is going to be that still coming out. It's just you're going to have to rank up your levels, kind of like last season, like rank up the levels. So here we go. So if you get your offense to level 15, you will be getting an epic of that player. If you rank up your defense to level 15, you get another epic at 20, another epic at 30. Special teams, you don't get anything until level 30. And then iconics are at level 40, 2 iconics. And then of course, if you want to go ahead and make this guy a Marvel, you just have to go ahead and fully rank up the team. There are no longer mastery bonuses. +5 overalls in Madden Mobile, fully achieving. The only thing that basically maxing it else will give you, I forget where I read this, it said it'll give you a Marvel player. So ranking up lineups fully to 50-50-50 will give you a Marvel player, guys. So there is something there. Now, of course, new features, guys. This is the biggest new feature I would say that they're making so that older cards have a little bit more value. So rare plus rarity cards. All right. So I example rare, epic, iconic, mystics, and Marvels examples will evolve rarity and rarity cards such as rare, epic, iconic, and mythics and Marvels, everything will be eligible for evo. You can evo a card at any time in the season, guys. So for example, instead of taking a season 1 iconic and evolving it at season 1 to season 2 to season 3 to season 4, you can actually just take that as the season progresses. You can automatically upgrade and take that 90 overall card. So we said it started at 90 overall, and at season 5 it's at 98. You can just go right there at no difference in cost. It's still gonna cost you, let's say it was that season 1 player and then all these evo tokens. So let's say it's like 100 to get it to season 2 overall, 200, 300. So you're still gonna need 600 currency. Doesn't matter if you did it every season progressively going up or you just jumped right to season 5, still gonna cost the same amount. So I do want to mention some things here. So I don't know why they should have put maybe this text before, but evo players are tier specific. For example, you can only evolve a season 1 rare card to a season 5 rare card. So with that being said, I do not see a reason at all why you would want to evolve a rare, an epic, and possibly even iconic, right? I get if it's your favorite player, like if they release Tom Brady, but he's not going to be a rare. But I would not put the resources into evolving a rare, because at the end of the day, rares have their overall capped at some certain amount. And then of course, mythics and Marvels have their own tier, and everybody stays progressively getting higher overall. Yes, a season 5 rare, a season 5, where was it? Season 5 rare, let's say, is going to be higher than maybe a season 1 iconic if you rank it all the way up. But at the end of the day, you're using so much currency to rank up a rare. That's kind of a head scratcher to me, why they make it like that. It would have been cool if I could have took a rare card and evoed him into a mythic. That I think would have been crazy, but again, I think that really messes up the ecosystem that they have in place with the 72 trade-in, no auction house and stuff like that. So again, they took away the auction house, gave us a new system, but it kind of added more problems and different problems, and just solving it in different ways, which I think, again, auction house, packs, so simple. Manual 15, 16, 17, 18, everybody loved that ecosystem. But it is what it is, man. We have to just see how Evo goes. I'm excited to see how it works. It just is a head scratcher that rares will just stay being a rare. So to me, that kind of negates having any rare possibility card of getting evoed, even if it's like Tim Fugger and they bring him back. I don't know if I want to throw all my resources just for a meme, right? Kind of situation, right? So that's kind of how it is. Only Madden Mobile 26 cards can be evoed. So if you brought any of your old Madden Mobile 25 cards, they will not be able to evo here. So there we go. You guys can take a quick pause. to go over everything. So of course the Evo process will cost one single card and X amount of Evo tokens, a new currency available, obtainable in different aspects of the game. I will say they did add this text right here where it says Evo tokens. How costly the tokens will be was described as being affordable and accessible to all user. Pay to play, free to play, doesn't matter. Lakers in 5, you'll be getting some tokens, right? So there we go. Now this is another cool one I do like. Traits, kind of like badges and, you know, all that stuff. Here we go. We got some different trait tokens. So for my boy Trayvon Walker right here, 103 overall defensive end. This kind of artwork, I don't know if the overalls will be that high right off the jump, but they might be. You guys see we got slot 1 Punisher, slot 2 is Run Crusher, and slot 3 we have Edge Threat. So opposed to how console does it, traits and cards are separate of one another. Traits are not presets to cards. You can apply traits to cards in your lineup and can also apply those traits from the cards as you see fit. So let's say you can only, I believe you can only use like one of these. If I want to go the Punisher, I can turn it on, and if I don't like the Punisher and I'd rather have the Edge Threat, I can turn that off and I can put on this the Edge Threat. For example, the trait can apply to the quarterback and only affect quarterbacks on 4th downs, or the trait can apply to your quarterback and affect the entire offensive line, or the trait can apply to your wide receivers and affect all skill positions. So obviously you can turn those on and off. So something we can just play around with. Of course, there will be different scenario traits. For example, red zone traits where the defense will behave differently in the red zone. First down pass play traits where the defense will behave differently on first down plays. Pass plays. So of course, if you are a very run heavy player, and you can throw this trait on to give you a bonus to just pass on the first down, kind of something like that. Or you can really force your opponent if they're really run heavy. Hey, maybe add a little lucrative so that the defense goes a little harder on the run stop and gives the better for a pass. I don't know. We'll see how this all runs down. Number of trait slots tier base. So epic cards will get 2 traits slots where you can apply 2 different traits. Icons will have 3. All right, so I guess there's 3. So yeah, there we go. This is a bit advanced, but traits only increase the likelihood of X happening instead of a being guaranteed outcome. So that's also true. So there is some still RNG, some random generated numbers that the game will go ahead and script for you and go through. So let's say, for example, the trait may increase % chance of a successful stiff arm truck move, etc. The trait does not expire. All right, free-to-play players can obtain the top traits in game, so that's great. Free-to-play players can trade, but of course what they're meaning is that it is an X of happening a success rate. So let's say the trait is a bonus for the stiff arm trucking and etc, right? Your little juke moves, right? If I do it, it still rolls a random generated number. Now you get a bonus of like 10%, let's say, to get a successful stiff arm, but it just raises the odds of getting a successful stiff arm. Technically, you can still fail if the offense is not as good as the defense, right? So there's still that kind of section. It's not like it's straight up video games. Hey man, it's not like aggressive catches in Madden Mobile 6, in Madden 16, where once you get aggressive catch, that boy is coming down with that ball. No matter what kind of animations tap up, it's still gonna be some RNG chances. Now, here are some of the traits you guys can see. So some of the breakdowns. So Edge Threat, obviously block shed. Here are some of the ones that we are said that it's specific for like first down. So I don't know why the full picture didn't load, but we can kind of see that this head starter, significant chance of blank, +5 on first, and I'm guessing that's downs right there. So that's kind of like a play specific play for first downs, etc, etc. Now they are releasing another dual position card as well. These are kind of cool. I like this a little bit. So dual position card will be introduced. So you guys see there is Jalen Hurts in the background and Saquon Barkley. So let's say these are actually very good. Actually, I think these are really great position cards, right? So some dual position cards will feature a player that can be used in 2 different position slots, one being the player in normal position, the other being in out of position. So for example, Jamar Chase card can be used at either wide receiver or kick returner. So that's great. So I think this is really great because, hey man, I have Jamar Chase. I'm running on wide receiver. I pick up a new wide receiver. Hey, Jamar Chase is now a kick returner on my team. Or vice versa with this picture right here. I don't have a running back. I'm playing with Saquon Barkley. Next event, I pull a Marshawn Lynch. He becomes the new running back on my team. And I can switch over to Jalen Hurts now being my quarterback if my quarterback is not as good as Jalen Hurts. So I do think that it's really great. And here's another example right here. So there is going to be a Kyler Murray quarterback card that goes alongside with Buda Baker at safety. So again, once I got a new safety or a new quarterback, I can switch it to the other player, and that card has a little bit more value on my team than it just going straight to the bench, right? So again, another thing I think that is really good that they're trying to make older cards have more relevancy, having cards have more worth, of course, with evolving your cards and everything like that. And then obviously this dual position, I think this is really cool. Now the cost of a dual position player is slightly higher than a regular player. I have no idea how we're gonna obtain these, etc., but we'll see that. All right, so miscellaneous. We're almost done, guys. We're gonna see some overalls now. Now, I do want to mention that when we scrolled up to Travon Walker, it was a 103 overall iconic. Again, take all this with a grain of salt, guys, since we don't have the game in front of us. But do notice that this is a 103 non-green, and then these guys are a 104 green. So that means they're getting boosted somewhere on the team training when they rip the screenshot. So I don't know, is 103 going to be the iconics overall? But here are some players right here. You got Dak Prescott, Drake London, Joe Burrow. We also got Nico Collins. You guys see DK Metcalf with the Steelers logo right there. So yeah, man, some cool cards right here. And then on the defensive side of things, these guys are now 105, but a little green again. So just keep that in mind. 104s here as well. Are there any 103s or 105s here? No, there's not. But yeah, you guys see Blankenship, Brian Burns. We got Travon Walker, who's now 105. We saw 103 up there. So yeah, man, Vita Veda, Buda Baker, Nick Boza. What am I saying? So yeah, those are the things. Here are also some special teams cards, which I really wish they just got rid of the special teams punt returner, kick returner, just because, again, to that where I was coming from with the fatigue of last season, of just like grinding out a 2-week program and then pulling a punt returner or punter. I'm never gonna see that man on the game, in the game, by playing season mode. I mean, I guess league versus league, head-to-head arena or anything like that. Yes, it upgrades my overall by like 5 overall, but like I just spent 2 weeks and that's the card I got from randomly doing iconic. It does suck in a sense and all that stuff, but of course these players will be featured in the iconic select pack at launch. So some of these cards, if you guys want these guys at the select iconic, that DK Metcalf could possibly be one of the cards that we're gonna see a lot on people's team. Nico Collins as well. But yeah, man, that is what we got. Our first program gonna kick us off is gonna be opening drive, guys. So yeah, man, I'm excited. They have more info coming about the season, the field pass, but we're like 4 days away from the new game. So really, we're gonna all see it together, man. So yeah, man, that is kind of what's new. What you need to know is gonna be coming. So new features, of course, the Evo and the dual threat cards. Of course, there's some changes to leveling up players with training and everything like that. So you guys can see that right there. And I really do like this play right here. This is a little like quality of life change. Just see how many times you call this play, how much you're spamming these certain plays, guys, and how successful they are for you, etc. So I do like that. Gives you guys a little more insight. But yeah, man, you guys tell me what your thoughts. What are you hoping for the most in Madden Mobile 26? If you would love to see a change, obviously Auction House I know is one, and all that stuff. But yeah, man, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned. We are going to be going back on the grind. I miss you guys a lot, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are excited for Madden Mobile 26, go and smash that like button, guys. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you know we post out any other Madden Mobile 26 videos and all that stuff. But thank you guys so much for watching. Always stay hype, and I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.
What's up?